This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are in the Grille in a double feature. And I just want to start off by saying thank you to every one of you that watch my videos. We just hit another big milestone on my channel. 300 subscribers. I believe we're at 301 or 302 right now. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and your continued support. Because without you guys, there would be no reason for me to do this. I mean, honestly, you guys are literally the reason I do this. I figure if I can make somebody else smile, you know, I've done my job. So, and it's my hobby. I mean, you get home from work, you're playing tanks, why not record what you're doing and then put it on the internet for other people to laugh at. At least, you know, they get a giggle out of you screw it up. So, right now, we're in the Grille, and there's not much that I haven't said already about the Grille. I've played quite a few games in it by now. Don't think I've quite broken 100 games yet. I'm probably close to 50. But it is a very enjoyable tank to play. Albeit, you know, if you look at my stats right now, I'm pretty terrible. That being said, I've done some pretty good work. It's just I've had so many more games where I've been a complete and utter goof. And either A, played way too soft and did no damage, got 1 or 2 shots of damage, or B, went too hard and got myself killed. And then there's, you know, me not used to using I'm not used to using super fast tanks, so I tend to get to spots earlier than I'm used to, and that can cause me troubles too. So it's kind of a little feeling out process that you got to go through, and I'm not a uni player. A lot of people, you know, look at these other guys, they're unis. I'm not. I'm above average at best. So keep that in mind. I'm here to entertain you guys. Yes, if you learn something, it's a plus. Yes, I'm going to try to show you guys anything that I might know. But at the end of the day, I'm entertainment. So that's my goal, to make you guys chuckle, maybe smile, maybe look at me and go, what was he thinking? I don't have a problem with you guys, you know, being like, honestly, Spartan, 221, what were you doing? You knew that guy was there and you went around and got nuked anyway. Yeah, so remember, I'm an arty player. I don't know what I'm doing outside of, you know, looking down from above, staying at a safe distance. That was completely sarcastic if you guys couldn't tell. But anyway, I do have to get on point. And I am getting better with the tank. And I gotta fix a few habits. And I'm done stalling now because the rest of the battle is going to be much more interesting. So I'm going to pull up to the center line here, just close enough that I can see the people that are spotted on the hill, because I don't want them to see me. You know, no armor. So if I can shoot them without them shooting me back, you know, I'm that filthy arty player, remember? Action X, pow! Now these rounds have a pretty decent velocity for being a standard AP round. So that will catch me off guard every once in a while because I just feel like they're going to be a little slower, and they're not. Now, unfortunately, the premium round for this is heat, and as good as heat is, I don't recommend it in this tank unless you absolutely had to, just from the simple fact that it slows the rounds down quite a bit, and they tend to do so much extra module damage instead of doing damage to the tank. Not to mention any sort of sloped armor or spaced armor, your heat is completely useless. And shot out. There we get one cheeky shot into the back of that IS-4. Just trying to tickle his sphincter a little bit. And look at this Jag 100. Like, what are you doing? And it was at this moment I knew that A, he either knows me and hates me, or B, just, I don't know what he was thinking. He literally trolled me right there. He had no other thing to do there. He literally just pulled up, could have been shooting at people, pulled up, backed up in front of me, and then tried to run me, you know, push me. I don't know why he was doing that. I don't know what the thought process was, but I was in a good spot, and now I've had to flank off and try to get back and do some more damage. Meanwhile, these guys are all just nuking everybody. So I'm going to lose a lot of damage potential for this match just for that one, 30, 40-second waste of my time. Thanks a lot, Jag Pansy 100. So, yeah. Oh, E50M is coming around the backside. He's trying to spot us, and at this point I tell Swive, I'm like, dude, I'm going to rush him. If you want to come with me, come with me. We'll see if we can't tag these guys in the back. They're not going to expect us to just rush this 50 murder, which is what we call him. The 50M is a 50 murder. So we've got him, he's hanging out around the track, and I just want to kind of give him the reach around the bridge here and be like, you know what? It's time to drop this guy. And I pull out and, whoa, hello. We have a target-rich environment. I hit the Grille, Swive hits the 50 murder, and before this Grille can get turned around, I'm already auto-locked on him, so I'm looking right at him. As soon as I get loaded, time to meld him, and shot out. So before he could even get turned around to shoot me, I already put a second round into him. So you can see kind of the decent reload that you get in this tank, which is, pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. I don't know exactly what the stats are as far as, I know it's 1424 is the reload speed that I currently have with Brothers in Arm and Rammer, and Chocolate. Nope, actually I wasn't using Chocolate at this point. So, yeah, I was using 105 octane, which I end up taking off because you don't really need it. So I switched the 105 octane out for Chocolate. We get one into the Grille there, and watch what he does. He's like, I'm done. He just puts his gun up in frustration and drives forward. He rams our guy for another 88 damage, so, I guess he got a little bit more damage.
Best job I ever had.
So what do we end up with? I think it's right around 4,000 damage. Yep, 4,000 damage, 1 kill. Halfway down the leaderboard. The Jaggy 100 that was trolling us got 4 kills because he got in front of us. Had less damage than us. But moving on to the second one, we're in Sacred Valley, and it's, again, me and Swive in our Grilles. Now, we spawn in the north, and we're in fast mobile tanks, so what do? On Sacred Valley, if you're in a fast mobile tank, you take the hill. So immediately, we're going to cut left and try to get to the top of the hill before anybody else can get there. Which, if the light tanks go that way, they could potentially beat us there, but we're at that point relying on the fact that if they do beat us there, with 2 Grilles up there, those light tanks are going to get absolutely murdered. But that being said, you can start to see just how mobile this thing is. We're going uphill, and we're doing 58 kilometers an hour. It's not bad. So, we're just going to try to make it to the top of the hill, and then we're going to cut behind the sanctuary the moment we get up here. And I just thought about this, but there's some interesting climbing opportunities on some maps that this thing ought to be amazing at. If the tracks are decent, which, honestly, I don't think the tracks are that good on this. But, I mean, it does have the sheer speed ability to be able to climb certain things, probably. But I might have to do some creative climbing and see what we can pull out. So right there, they bust our building, somehow breaking the back before the front. Not sure how that worked, but it happened. And I'm just going to try to maneuver myself into a position to get a shot at somebody. And right there is one of those frustrating moments in this tank. Even that was regular AP, and I shot right into the side of his tank. And because he clipped that thing sideways the way he did, it ended up bouncing. The standard AP doesn't really have a lot of penetration for a tier 10 tank, especially a high velocity tank destroyer. And right there we bounce another one because just as I go to shoot him, he whips it around again, so the angle that I hit it at was pretty steep. So this gun can't overmatch a Centurion Action X's side armor if it's angled. So just keep that in mind. But that one, he turned flat to me, so I was able to get one in there. But yeah, I think the low end of the pen on this is 202, which is pretty pathetic for a tier 10 tank destroyer. Pretty much everything hits harder than that. And it's kind of odd to me because it's an armor-piercing round. It's got a pretty good velocity, so you would think, you know, a big projectile moving pretty quickly should punch pretty hard. So I'm not exactly sure why they give it such a low penetration value. Maybe that's just one way that they thought they could balance it. But yeah, it gets frustrating at times when you try to pin things. So keep that in mind. And here he gives us the flat front of his armor again. We put one in him. So now he's a one-shot kill for either me or Swive. And I know people were talking about this thing getting nerfed already. I mean, it just came out, guys. Give it some time. There's a lot of them right now. But you'll get past the guys that just, you know, got it to get it. And once you get past most of those guys, they'll thin out. I mean, it's a specialty tank destroyer. It's got some good things, but it's got a lot more bad than it does good. Now, we get an extremely lucky shot into the 50 right there. We auto-locked him, slowed down, stopped, and pulled the trigger just as he went belly up to us. Any other angle, like if he hadn't dropped over the edge right there and I hit his upper plate, that would have been a bounce, guaranteed. So E4's moving up, we're moving up, E50's down there ready to die. And we have lots of other tanks. Now I'm moving down here to spot people and get to this next cover. And right there I break my cover, which is never preferable, but you know, you're going really fast, sometimes you don't always stop very easily. And we get a shot into the front armor of that Wizzy, and didn't quite pull it off. So just another thing to show you as far as this tank goes. Now it doesn't have good elevation or depression. So that's, you know, another negative for this tank. So right here, we got the side of him. We hit him for 800. I took a round waiting for that, and most of my cover's gone, so I'm going to move up further left. Avoid the amount, or try to put as many people, or limit the amount of people that are shooting at me. I get ready to shoot him. He just hit me, but Grille, sorry, you're a bigger target. Not a bigger target, but higher priority target. Now look where those light tanks are going right now that I just spotted. Alright, that's the range that you can expect in this thing. So we just spotted them all the way over there. I'm going to try to take a shot at this E5. I don't like my position, so I'm going to Dukes of Hazzard this stuff right here. Just straight up jump straight off the hill, and I'm headed back in search of the light tanks. I figure if I can get to the light tanks before they can cap the base, then we've still got this in the bag. Because look at our team. We've got one guy on the cap. Everybody else is going back. That being said, both of the light tanks are autoloaders. If I don't kill at least one of them, there's a good chance I die right here. So we're about to crest the hill. Come on, come on, come on, and... where are you at? There he is. Auto lock, stop, shoot, drop. Now get behind something to avoid getting hit any more than you have to. Now we've got no hit points. These guys know that the next person to touch me wins. And he gets rammed all the way over the other side of the hill by our light tank. So appreciate the help, fellas. I managed to survive with no hit points. And we did okay that match. Nothing crazy, but we did end up with 3980 and 1 kill. Plus we got the base reset. Hand of God for taking damage from 4 different tanks and surviving. Sniper award. So if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.